Previously, on the detective who solved his own murder, retired Detective Tom Reed investigated a 1994 cold case, a car bombing, but the car was his. Someone tried to murder him 30 years ago. An innocent man died instead. Tom's investigation revealed his partner, Marcus Webb, now deputy chief, had been on organized crime's payroll. When Tom got too close, Marcus hired a hitman. The bomb was meant for Tom, but car thief David Chen died in his place. Now, armed with evidence and a hitman confession, Tom has made the call that could cost him his life. He's confronting the man who tried to kill him. The coffee shop on 5th Street was where Tom had been when his car exploded 30 years ago. He arrived early, choosing a corner table with a clear view of exits. Old habits. At exactly 10 a.m., Marcus Webb walked in. Expensive suit, confident stride, silver hair. The picture of respectability. But Tom saw the nervousness in his eyes. The way his hand checked his concealed weapon. Marcus sat down. "Tom, what's this about?" Tom slid a photo across the table. The crime scene from October 15th, 1994. The burned Ford Taurus. Marcus's smile froze. "Remember this?" "Old case. We never solved it." "We didn't, but I did." Tom leaned forward. "That was my car, Marcus. Someone bombed it to kill me. An innocent man died instead." "Tom, you're not making sense." "Ray Kowalski. Ring a bell?" Color drained from Marcus's face. He remembers the $50,000. "The photo you gave him." "Of me." Marcus stood abruptly. "You're delusional. You have no proof." "Sit down, Marcus." Something in Tom's voice stopped him. "I have Kowalski's testimony, your financial records, the paper trail to Castellano, the shell company, Riverside Holdings, the wire transfers, everything." Marcus's hand moved toward his weapon. "Don't. FBI agents are at every exit. This conversation is being recorded. Everything you say is evidence." Marcus froze. "Sit down and surrender peacefully or make this harder. Your choice." For a long moment, neither moved. Then Marcus Webb, deputy chief, decorated officer, Tom's partner 20 years, sank back into his chair. "How did you figure out?" "I saw cold cases, including my own murder." Tom's voice hardened. "A man died in my place. David Chen, 24 years old, left behind a pregnant wife and a 2-year-old son." "Tom, you don't get to say my name. You tried to kill me. Let an innocent man die. Been corrupt for 3 decades. Marcus crumbled. Castellano had leverage. I made one mistake. You had a choice. Every day for 30 years, you chose this." Tom raised his hand. The signal. FBI agents emerged from positions throughout the coffee shop. Badges displayed. "Marcus Webb, you're under arrest for conspiracy to commit murder, corruption, racketeering, and obstruction of justice." As they cuffed him, Marcus looked at Tom. "I'm sorry." Tom shook his head. "Tell that to David Chen's family." The investigation uncovered decades of corruption. Marcus's arrest sent shockwaves through Denver PD. Forensic accountants traced $3 million in bribes spanning 25 years. 12 cases were reopened. Vincent Castellano and 5 others were indicted. Internal review led to 12 more arrests. The trial lasted 3 months. Marcus's defense tried everything, but Tom had been thorough. The financial records were ironclad. Kowalski's testimony was devastating. The forensics matched perfectly. The jury deliberated 6 hours. Guilty on all 17 counts. Marcus Webb, decorated officer, deputy chief, father too, got 40 years without parole. He would die in prison. But for Tom, the victory fell hollow. David Chen was still gone. 6 months later, Tom stood in Riverside Plaza parking lot where the bomb detonated. A memorial plaque was installed in the concrete in memory of David Chen, 1970 to 1994. An innocent life lost, never forgotten. Tom placed flowers at its base, as he did every Sunday now. "I'm sorry," he whispered. Footsteps approached. David's son, Daniel Chen, now 33, a software engineer with his own family. Detective Reed. Call me Tom. They stood in silence as morning sun broke through clouds. Thank you, Daniel said. For 30 years, we didn't know what happened. You gave us that. Tom nodded, unable to speak. My father was wrong place, wrong time. That's not your fault. That's on the man who planted the bomb. I wish I'd figured it out sooner. You figured it out. That's what matters. Daniel extended his hand. My father's death meant something because of what you did. Justice was served. Now we have closure. Tom shook his hand, tears in his eyes. Justice was served. But David Chen deserved more. He deserved to be remembered. Tom visits the memorial every Sunday, not from guilt, though he carries that too, but from respect. David Chen was 24, a graphic designer working 2 jobs. Married to his high school sweetheart, Elena, had a 2-year-old son and a daughter on the way he never met. Stealing that car was desperation, financial pressures, medical bills, a mistake that cost him his life. But because of Tom's investigation, David's family got answers, closure, justice, and David Chen's name, forgotten for 30 years, labeled John Doe, is now permanently etched in stone, remembered, honored, vindicated. Tom solved his own murder, but more importantly, he gave David Chen back his identity. Sometimes, that's what justice means. Not just catching the guilty, but honoring the innocent. Marcus Webb is serving his sentence in federal prison. 3 appeals denied. He'll likely die there. Vincent Castellano and associates serve lengthy sentences. Denver PD implemented sweeping reforms. Tom retired from cold case work. Now volunteers with the National Missing Persons System, helping families find answers. Every Sunday, he visits the memorial because he knows what it's like to almost be forgotten, and he'll make sure David Chen never is. Sometimes cases aren't just about finding truth. They're about making sure truth matters. That victims are more than names and files. They're people. They're remembered. They're never forgotten. In memory of all unidentified victims. This was a detective who solved his own murder, Part 2. And this is Mystery Archives Daily. Kindly like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Stay safe and stay curious.